You're about to go on a radio safari through the Roosevelt Park Zoo in Mana. Radio Safari, being brought to you by Dakota Square Arco, Rick's Jewelry, downtown Mana, and by Dakota Pawnbrokers. Welcome to another Radio Safari here on KHRT. I'm Jonas Nelson. Today we're talking with Ryan. He is the North Trail Area Keeper, which essentially is everything north of the river, right, Ryan?
Yep, that's right.
So tell me about some of the animals that you have here on the north side of the zoo, so to speak.
A lot of cold climate animals or native animals. So, you have your bison, your bird of prey, wolves, we have a lynx, and then even some of your farm land animals, goats, sheep, cows, stuff like that.
Is there a favorite that a lot of people seem to gravitate toward when they come to this side of the zoo?
Yeah, the Scottish Highland cows. Everyone just loves them. I don't know if it's the way their hair is over their horns or what, but everybody likes them. Plus, they have really cute babies.
Well, we're in the building here where you have some very unique and interesting sort of displays here. Tell us a little bit about what's inside the building you have here.
Yeah, so inside the Discovery Barn, we kind of have our underground ecosystem. So we, try to promote our prairie grasslands. So we have a couple snakes that we'd find native in the prairie, like our bull snake and hognose snake. And then our burrowing owls that will use abandoned burrows to nest. And then our prairie dogs, which go all over the prairie land. And then our black-footed ferrets that take care of the prairie dogs.
Well, the black-footed ferret here, you're telling me a little bit earlier off air, is a very important story for the plains, right?
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know about the black-footed ferret, but they were actually thought to be extinct a few times. And then Game and Fish, they found some. Game and Fish started a breeding program. Now there's 23 urban sites where they've been reintroduced, but they're so important because they eat the prairie dogs. If you have too many prairie dogs, they eat the grass, destroy the grass, then you don't have grass for all of our grazers. The black-footed ferret will keep the population down of prairie dogs, which helps the grazers and then helps the animals that eat the grazers. So very, very important.
So where are these found at in the upper Midwest?
So it'd be across the Great Plains. So they used to be able to be found from Texas all the way up to Canada. They're not in North Dakota yet. They are in South Dakota, which the Roosevelt Park Zoo does go down the spotlight for.
So tell me what is spotlighting for these?
Yeah, so we pretty much go at night in prairie dog town. So you're just driving around, dodging all these mounds. Spotlighting, you'll see their heads poking in and out of a hole. You find them, figure out what hole they're in. Then we'll set a trap. We mark it with GPS. And if we trap them, then we'll chip them. If they're not chipped, vaccinate them. And then we'll bring them right back to the hole that we found them.
So the hope and desire is that this whole central part of the U.S. will eventually again have these, right?
Yeah, if we could get them all through the Great Plains again and in their natural territory, it's only going to help grass life, pretty much the whole ecosystem.
So what got you interested in animals and getting a job with the zoo, Ryan?
Probably Steve Irwin as a kid. It's always the cool stuff. And as a kid, I always liked going to zoos. And then I also grew up with like a slough in my backyard. So you'd go out and find snakes, frogs, all that other stuff. So it's always just been fun. And then seeing how they all work together. And then I always like to help with that.
What's it like to take care of these animals and then see people come through, especially kids, and just kind of wide-eyed at all of them?
It's awesome. So I definitely like to do keeper chats and talk about them. I'll brag about them all the time. But this is like children's zoo. This is where people kind of get their passion for animals. They get to interact with them. They get to see them. They learn cool facts. And then they're going to leave wanting to save them.
So what do you hope that people, as they come through this north side of the zoo and then leave, will take with them?
Just really enjoy wildlife. See what you can do to help save them. And don't ever forget about our animals in our backyard. Even if they're small insects to large hoofstock, they all need our help. And as long as they're all doing their part and we don't disturb them, they'll be just fine in the wild.
All right, very good. Again, Ryan is a North Trail Area Keeper. Thank you for filling us in on the stuff you take care of here.
Thank you.
All right, join us again next time for another Radio Safari.